Chapter 20. More Lies. Window leaped to his feet. He picked up a broom from the corner of the kitchen. He waved it as he raced for the front room. Betty and I held back. A cold shiver shook my body. I forced myself to stand up. "Come on," I said. "We have to follow him. If he needs help." I stood in the kitchen doorway with Betty right behind me. We listened, but we didn't hear any voices. We tiptoed to the front room and found Window standing by an open window. He held the broomstick in one hand and gazed down at the floor. "A lamp," he said. "It must have crashed to the floor. The wind probably knocked it over." I realized I was holding my breath. I let it out in a long whoosh. "So, we don't know if the thief is back in the house or not?" I said. Window bent to pick up the lamp. Part of it had shattered into several jagged pieces. "I think we can expect him," he said. Window left the lamp pieces on the floor and went to close the window. Then he dropped down on the long leather couch and set the broomstick at his feet. Betty and I slid into the armchairs across from the couch. "He'll be back," Window said. "I know he hasn't found the book." "How do you know?" I asked. "Maybe he had it with him and ran off with it in the forest." Window shook his head. "No way. I hid it too well." "Well," I started, "is anything he told us true? Is it really the scariest book on earth? Is it really dangerous?" Window swept a hand back through his blonde hair. He glanced out the window as if he was afraid someone might be listening. "That part is true," he said finally. I swallowed. "Seriously?" "I need to protect the book with my life," Window said in a low whisper. "I can't let it get out into the world. It would ruin many lives." "What is it about?" Betty asked. Window raised a finger to his lips. "Don't ask that question, Betty," he said. "I will not answer it." He climbed to his feet. "Come with me," he said. "I'll show you where I hid the book, but don't ever go near it, and don't ever dare open it." Betty and I stood up and followed him. To my surprise, he didn't lead us down to the basement or to some hidden room at the end of a long hall. He led us back to the kitchen. He stopped at a bookshelf against one wall. The shelves went up to the ceiling. He turned and smiled at us. "I knew the bookworm would never find the book if I hid it in plain sight," he said. I gazed at the books on the shelves. They seemed to be all cookbooks. "I swept the book between my dessert cookbooks," he said. I knew he would never think of looking here. "Let me show you," Window said. He reached up to a shelf just above his head. "Hey, it's gone!"